Welcome to New Sky TV, it's out. Stop calling her a male god harvester. Has Zhai Yiying really slapped the face of the short drama industry this time? Have you ever seen a sweet girl portray insecurity to the core, with even her eyelashes trembling? When everyone thought Zhai Yiying could only stare wide-eyed, pout, and soak in artificial sweetness, she suddenly released Wild Lotus in the Wilderness, raking in 1 billion views in 9 days. Is this really the girl who was criticized as a mass-produced beauty in short dramas? To be honest, when you first saw Zhai Yiying, didn't you also roll your eyes like me, thinking she was just a male god harvester who relied on her looks, that sweet girl face, those naive and sweet scripts, that clingy love scene with Karen? Isn't this the most typical fast-moving consumer goods acting? Even arguing sounds like a product from an assembly line? But around May 10, 2026, the short drama series Wild Lotus in the Wilderness, exclusively broadcast on Hwangguro's short drama, exploded like a bombshell in the entire short drama circle. Can you believe it? I clicked in with the intention of finding fault, but I was slapped in the face by a poor but academically gifted girl named Zhai, with her hunched posture, evasive eyes, and even the trembling eyelashes when she lowered her head. Guess how I went from disdain to watching it on my knees? In one scene, when she was correcting homework and wrote the name Shank, she pressed the pen so hard that it pierced the back of the paper. Didn't that crisp snap sound just like the sound of her desperately trying to break through the ceiling of fate? And in the scene where she was erasing the blackboard, chalk dust covered her face, and she didn't even blow it away. She just coughed with her head down until her shoulders were shaking. Didn't you feel for a moment that this wasn't acting, but that she had clearly engraved that kind of sensitivity and struggle into her DNA? Forgive my bluntness, but isn't Zhai Yiying's move a resounding slap in the face to the entire short drama industry, which has been languishing indifferently? While everyone is criticizing the low barriers to entry in short dramas, the homogenized acting, and the stiff, plastic mask-like faces, do you know what she did behind the scenes? On days when she wasn't filming, she would spend entire afternoons observing how the sweeping auntie bent over, how the uncle waiting for the bus sighed, and how the vegetable vendor haggled. Have you ever seen a sweet girl willingly turn herself into a diary of human observation? She read the script dozens of times, until the edges were worn rough, and every blank page was filled with dense psychological annotations. Hasn't this kind of painstaking effort disappeared for many years in the short drama industry, where viewership is paramount? Before Wild Lotus in the Wilderness, she was firmly labeled a sweet girl. Even her crying scenes were screenshotted and turned into memes. But have you ever thought about why it was her, and this time, who achieved such an explosive comeback? Data shows that the show garnered over 2.1 million pre-orders before its release and reached 83.73 million views on its first day. Behind these astonishing numbers, is it merely luck, or the hard-earned confidence forged through countless hours of painstaking effort? While many actors are still figuring out how to establish a persona, how to walk the red carpet, how to shout 321, link up in live streams, Zhai Yiying has already silently studied the street sweeper, the haggling woman at the market, and the graduate school applicant in the library. Doesn't that send chills down your spine and make you think about it deeply? This suddenly reminds me of a saying: in this superficial industry where everyone wants to take shortcuts, isn't the person willing to kneel on the floor to wipe the floor, inhale chalk dust, and read scripts until the pages are worn out the most worthy of being called the ultimate winner? So, please stop calling her a male god harvester. Doesn't that title sound cheaper and more ironic than a cheap novel sold for 10 yuan for 3 on a street stall? Why should an actress who can portray chalk dust as poetry, inferiority as a knife, and silence as thunder rely on a sweet face? Don't you think that's the biggest mockery of the entire industry? Does the current short drama circle really lack beautiful women? Or does it lack those ruthless people who dare to be ruthless with themselves, dare to tear off labels until they're bloodied, and dare to take the longest road with the most foolish methods? What do you think? Let's discuss in the comments section. How many points would you give Zhai Yiying's transformation? And can her fire truly wake up the entire short drama circle that's pretending to be asleep? Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.